What's up, y'all? Yeah, look, I saw this story and I just had to cover it because they got some twisted facts up in here. And you know me, I love to untwist these facts and straighten them out and get it out to you guys. But this is something I've been covering kind of heavily. I'm behind Trump, reluctantly behind Trump. I mean, I love Trump's presidency, right? I couldn't get enough. We were doing really well. We were the best, right? I don't have a good Trump impression. I'm sorry. But, January 6th happened, and I'm like, gosh. I know that's not Trump's fault. And I was kind of like, I kind of wish Trump would go away a little bit. But when they started these BS prosecutions, these political persecutions, I'm like, no, to hell with it. To hell with these people. Because I just wanted everybody to get along, right? But they don't want to get along with us. They keep on screaming about Trump's a threat to our democracy, right? No. We don't have a democracy. You can keep your democracy for all I care, right? We have a constitutional republic. And I do not care about your democracy. And like all this crap that comes out, like AOC, there was a story covering AOC talking about, we don't know if we're going to have elections ever again. Like, what are you talking about? Really? We're not going to have elections again? How would that take place? Explain to me what goes on in your head, and please explain how you think there will be no more elections if Trump is voted back into office for a single term. Please explain that one. And if you just so happen to be a Democrat, let me know down in the comments section exactly what is the threat to democracy. Like, what is the specific threat that Trump poses to democracy, right? Please let me know this. Leave it down in the comments section. I would love to hear from you. But these people are fucking nuts. Oh, it's going to be a threat to democracy, right? Like, I really dislike Biden. I think Biden is actively destroying our country with all of his policies that he's doing, right? But if Biden gets voted back into office, our democracy is not at threat. Our country is at threat. Because he's actively destroying it with his open border policies and funding foreign war policies and policies, America last policies. He doesn't seem to care about our country. It took him a year to go visit East Palestine. Could care less about those people. That kind of crap pisses me off. If you can't clean up your own house, do not try to go to somebody else's house and tell them that their house is dirty. It's just all out BS. But, sorry for that little rant. I had to get that off my chest because these people are nuts. And I'm really sick and freaking tired of hearing these people say, Trump's a threat to democracy, threat to democracy, threat to democracy. Like, shut up. Name the threat. What is the threat? January 6th. You mean the thing that he didn't do? Yeah. Right, try again, folks. But, check it out. Supreme Court gives Smith 1 week to respond to Trump on immunity. Here we go, good old Jack Smith, Crooked Jack. The Supreme Court on Tuesday gave Special Counsel Jack Smith 1 week to respond to former President Trump's request to keep his federal January 6th trial on hold as he appeals his immunity claims. In a brief order, the High Court ordered Smith to respond by Tuesday, February 20th, not a particularly speedy schedule. Trump filed an emergency motion Monday urging the justices to block a lower court ruling that he doesn't have to have presidential immunity from the indictment, an argument that has enabled Trump to delay his trial date as the appeals process proceeds. The Supreme Court's forthcoming decision on Trump's motion is poised to have outsized influence on whether former president's trial will take place before this year's election. The trial was originally scheduled for March 4th, but was shelved as Trump appealed to the immunity. Smith has aimed to take Trump to trial quickly to avoid the possibility of Trump first returning to the White House and then pardoning himself or ordering his Justice Department to drop the case. So they have gone ahead and dropped the charade. They've just dropped it and said, screw it. We're just going to tell everybody that, yeah, we're interfering with your election. Yeah, we want to get this guy so he cannot run for president. Of course, we all knew they were doing that, right? With the political persecutions, trying to take him off the ballot. It's all election interference. But now they're openly saying it. Yeah, we want to get him convicted before he can get voted into office. That's how scared these people are. And they're desperate to get Trump off of the ticket. It's not going to happen, y'all. So they're openly admitting to election interference. So wait again, what was that threat to democracy you were talking about, AOC? I would love for somebody to answer this down in the comment section. I beg somebody to give me a good reason, a good argument for why election interference does not subvert democracy. I would love for somebody to tell me that. Do I have an argument for you? By next Tuesday, the special counsel will now have to respond to Trump's latest tactic, requesting his trial be kept on hold until he can ask the full District of Columbia Circuit Court of Appeals to review his immunity claims and then, if needed, the Supreme Court. The timeline for Smith's response isn't fast compared to how the Supreme Court has handled some recent emergency applications. However, a signal the justices aren't viewing Trump's case with particular urgency. Last month, when an anti-affirmative action group challenged the U.S. military academy at West Point's race-conscious admissions policies on the Supreme Court's emergency docket, the court ordered the school to respond within 4 days. Weeks earlier, the court, in an emergency case involving Michigan state legislative maps, set the response to be due 6 days after the application was originally filed. In Trump's case, the court's order gives Smith a longer period of 8 days to respond after Trump's original filing, although that window also includes the President's Day holiday weekend, so take a day out of that because they're not going to work on President's Day. Smith also could move with more haste and respond earlier than the deadline. Trump is charged in the case with 4 federal felonies that accuse him of conspiring to subvert the 2020 election results. It is one of 4 criminal cases he faces, and Trump pleaded not guilty to all of the charges he faces. Yeah, that's because he's not guilty of subverting the election. It was legal challenges to fraud that he believed was in the 2020 election. What is subversive about that? He lost those cases, by the way. Or he lost half of those cases. The other half, they wouldn't even take them up. How would you like that, huh? You say, oh, they had some funny business going on with this election over here. And the court says, no, none of our business. Sorry, go find somebody else. It's like, what? That's weird. Didn't look at none of the evidence, none of that. Just said, no. We're not touching this. It's just absolutely insane. It's just complete insanity from the left, folks. We have got to take our country back. That's all I'm saying. We've got to get our country back. We need to beat the crap out of these people politically, not physically, and take control of the institutions back from these insane leftist nut jobs. That's all I'm saying. Nonviolent means lawfare all the way, baby. Yes, lawfare all the way. But let me know what you think about all this down in the comments section. And that's all I got for this one. I mean, do you think the president should have immunity on stuff like this? I do. I think that presidential immunity is a good thing. Otherwise, we'd be going after presidents for murder, like Obama. Because Obama murdered American citizens with drone strikes. Sure, it was an accident, but the drunk driver going down the road that kills somebody on accident gets murder charges or manslaughter charges or something of the like. So, if the president is not immune, it would be absolute insanity in the courtroom. I'm just saying. But let me know what you think, and that's all I got, y'all. Y'all try to have a good day and be positive. Peace.